Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to tackle a huge problem, one that probably keeps a lot of managers up at night: compliance. We're talking about that tangled web of responsibilities, trying to figure out who's doing what, when, and why. We're going to walk through a tool that's designed to do just that, to take all that compliance chaos and turn it into crystal clarity. All right, let's get into it.
So here's how we'll break it down. First, we're going to get a little lost in what I call the compliance maze. Then I'll show you the way out with a visual command center. After that, we'll see how to go from a simple list to real action, figure out how to master the workload, and finally get to a place of true compliance clarity.
All right, first things first, let's really dig into the core of the problem here. It's a challenge I'm sure a lot of you are nodding your heads to right now, because it's the reason for so many headaches.
I mean, this is it, right? This is the fundamental question. In any complex project, but especially in compliance, if you can't answer this question in a split second, you've got a massive blind spot. And it sounds so simple, but the reality is it's usually a complete mess. And that mess can have some pretty serious consequences, from hefty fines to major security breaches. Yeah, for most of us, that answer is buried somewhere in a bunch of static, disconnected spreadsheets. You know the ones I'm talking about. They've got dozens of tabs, conflicting versions floating around in emails. There's just no clear line of sight to who actually owns a task. It is a perfect recipe for confusion and a total lack of accountability.
So how do we get out of this maze? Well, you don't fight a complex web with yet another spreadsheet. No, you fight it with a map. So let's take a look at the solution here.
And here it is. This is the assignment tree. So instead of another endless list, you get this: an interactive flowchart. It's basically a living, breathing map of your entire compliance organization. Every person, every role, every connection, all in one single view. Now, let's zoom in a little bit. Each of these boxes, or nodes, isn't just a name on a chart. Think of it as a container that holds everything related to that person or that role, so you can see right away who the key players are and where they fit in the puzzle. And the best part? It's completely interactive. A simple double click on a node pops up this Edit Node window, and right from here you can assign a user to a role, you can update their details, and, this is huge, we'll get to it in a sec, you can track their exact workload. No more digging through folders, the info is right where you need it, when you need it. Now, this is where the whole visual thing gets really, really powerful. See these lines connecting the boxes? They aren't just for looks. They actually have specific meanings. You can see right here in the legend, they define the entire workflow. You know instantly who reports to whom, who has the authority to approve things, and how work gets delegated. The whole structure of your team becomes just clear. Okay, so we've got this awesome visual map. That's great. But how do we actually populate it with the work that needs to get done? Let's move on and see how this thing turns a boring compliance list into a real actionable plan. It all starts here with something called the Shared Responsibility Matrix, or just SRM for short. Think of this as your source of truth. It's a master list of every single compliance control your organization is responsible for. It's super comprehensive, but let's be honest, in this table format, it's still just a list. And now for the magic moment. See this button right here? Generate from SRM? With just one click, the system reads that entire master list and automatically builds out the whole operational hierarchy in the assignment tree. I mean, this isn't manual data entry. This is intelligent automation doing the heavy lifting for you. And boom, here's the result. That giant table is instantly translated into specific, actionable assignments for your team. If we look at Doug's profile here, we can see he now has exactly 22 controls assigned directly to him. All the ambiguity is just gone. He knows exactly what he owns, his manager knows what he owns, everybody's on the same page. So now we know who is responsible for what. But what about the next big question? How much are they responsible for? Let's take a look at how this tool gives you real-time visibility into your team's actual workload. So if we drill down even further, we see that those controls are broken down into specific action items. For Doug, that means he's responsible for 21 distinct tasks. And just think about that for a second. That's not some vague responsibility anymore. It's a concrete to-do list. And that is the first step to actually getting stuff done. But it's not just about the number of tasks. The system also gives you an estimate of the effort required. So in this case, it's got 12 hours of work. Now, this is the kind of data that managers dream of. It's what you need for real resource planning, for preventing burnout. It's really the difference between guessing and knowing.
But here's the absolute best part. This critical info, 21 tasks, 12 hours, it isn't buried in some report you have to run and export. It's displayed right there on Doug's node in the assignment tree. As a manager, you can just scan your whole team and see, in real time, who's got capacity and who might be getting totally overloaded.
So, let's pull this all together. We've gone from a chaotic spreadsheet to a clear, data-rich, visual map. What does this all actually mean for you and your team on a day-to-day basis?
Well, the takeaways here are pretty powerful. You're getting a real-time visualization of your entire compliance organization. You've got intelligent, role-based tracking that connects seamlessly with your master list. You can do workload balancing at a glance. And at the end of the day, you finally have a clear, single source of truth for accountability. The chaos is gone, replaced by total clarity.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. When you look at your own processes right now, how clearly can you really see your compliance landscape? Is it a map or is it still a maze?